Okay, guys, I have ordered from Nuke Pills Incorporated a dosimeter. And if you don't know what a dosimeter is, it's actually an ionizing radiation detector, and it will detect up to 200 millisieverts of radiation contamination. Okay, they actually gave me a free sample of Iosat, which is iodine, and in the case of a radiological event, you take this 65 milligrams of iodine, and that'll protect your thyroids from soaking up ionizing radiation and you getting thyroid cancer. So here it is right here. It says here's the little detector. It's the size of a credit card, and it's exactly about the size of a credit card, width, height, and length. And it says Radtriage and an emergency dosimeter. User agrees to read and follow the instructions detailed in the enclosed manual and dosimeter. And it's sold by nukepills.com on eBay. Nuke Pills Incorporated on eBay. And it's got some other information on some other products that they sell, and it's got a receipt. It's actually got a receipt. That's pretty neat because a lot of places don't necessarily give you a receipt. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Online on the site, they do give you instructions. This is actually date DOI, which is date. It's got a DOI on it, which is 10/8/2020. That may be the date that it was manufactured, because this is actually January of 2021. They'll stay good for 10 years if you put them in your freezer, and they'll stay viable for 10 years if you put them in your freezer. But this is actually, I bought this to put this in my wallet and to put it into immediate use. And the instructions on eBay, this should have more instructions that come with it. Okay, there it is right there. And this is it's got a fit indicator, which is the indicator that the meter is still good. And it's got instructions here. It's got these same instructions that were on eBay that tell you how to use the meter. It states, please read the following please read and follow the instructions provided in the dosimeter and in this manual. And so I've read the instructions. It says the dosimeter is always active and ready to use, and it should not be used for monitoring doses below 50 millisieverts. So it will. At 50 millisieverts, if you get more than 50 millisieverts of radiation exposure, then this detector will indicate that. And what happens here is this strip in the center of all these, the top 4 indicators, it goes from 50 millisieverts all the way to 4,000, and you can see it's got 4 squares on top and 4 squares on bottom, and then a light colored strip, the color of the card in between. And that light colored strip, if it's exposed to radiation, will start changing colors in correspondence to the dose, and you'll know that the dose that you've received by the color that this interior strip changes into and corresponding to these 8 blocks that are on the card. So it's the size of a credit card, and it's a dosimeter. It measures gamma and X-rays, ionizing radiation, and it starts out at 50 millisieverts. It will indicate, it will tell you that you've been exposed to a harmful measure of radiation as low as 50 millisieverts. An annual dose of radiation, the annual background radiation for the average American is like 6.2 millisieverts. Okay, which translates to 620 620, it is sieverts or something. I forget what it was. I forget what the other scale is, what the other scale is called. But the more sensitive scale is the millisieverts, and a lung x-ray for the average person is about 1 to 2 millisieverts. So, and the average person in the United States gets about 6.2 millisieverts of background radiation a year. So this is pretty sensitive. It'll go off at 50 millisieverts. It'll indicate that you've been exposed to radiation, and you'll have this green color where it says 50. You'll have this inside strip. I'll turn to that same color, to the same very light green. You can see the inside strip. This meter's perfectly fine, perfectly viable. The interior strip is yellow like it should be. And if I get exposed to radiation, then this will tell me up to as low as 50 millisieverts. It expires 2 years from the issue date, or when the color of the area surrounding the dots of the fit indicator matches the bar to the right. So it's got a viability indicator, which is called the fit indicator. And when this fit indicator turns the same color as that really dark bar right next to this square with the 4 dots in it, when this square with the 4 dots in it turns the same color as that darker bar to the right, then the dosimeter is no longer viable. So it's got a gauge. It tells you that it's viable, and it tells you that it's still measuring millisieverts and exposure to ionizing radiation. It says avoid prolonged exposure to heat and UV sunlight. So you're not supposed to, it's January now, and so you're not supposed to continually expose it to, I imagine, 100-degree weather, which we have here in Texas. So, but this will be good for the next 6 months. We won't have 100-degree weather until probably July of 2021. So I'll get 7 months out of this detector, but it'll go in my wallet. It'll stay in my wallet. It'll never be exposed to UV sunlight. And if I get exposed to radiation, as low as 50 millisieverts, this little badge is going to tell me in the next few days. So it's sold by Nuke Pills Incorporated, and it's a very handy tool to have if you are exposed to, possibly being exposed to, that you're not supposed to ionizing radiation. And it's actually got a chart here where it shows where the fit indicator indicates that the badge is bad. And so this is indicating that it's still a viable detector. User agrees to read and follow instructions in manual. 50 and 250 millisieverts are yearly and lifetime, respectively. Allowed dose limits for occupational workers in the USA. Learn about the effects of dose, symptoms, and when medical treatment is needed. See a video at www.nukepills.com, radiation detector, and contact nukepills.com. So pretty awesome. I now have a dosimeter, and I can now gauge if I'm being exposed to ionizing radiation. I'll keep you guys updated. If this changes colors, I'm going to be making more videos and talking to you and talking to other people about what's going on in my environment. So Jeffrey Leon, thank you so much.